Hello everyone, I'm Kibin Alleyne and today is Tuesday, December 10th. You are now watching Open, a program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to you. Don't forget to stay connected with us via social media at BronxNet TV. Wheeler, Wilson, and Johnson Community Projects Incorporated promotes and protects the privileges and interests of residents of the Bronx County. One of their upcoming efforts is their toy drive. Here to tell us more is the Vice President of WWJ, Quanda Jones. Quanda, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Now, can you tell me a little bit more about your organization, Wheeler, Wilson, and Johnson Community Projects?
Sure. So Wheeler, Wilson, and Johnson Community Projects was established in 1994 in the Bronx. So we're a charitable organization that focuses on providing educational as well as charitable gifts to our Bronx residents and beyond. We also work in collaboration with the Eta Omega Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Now, I want to say congrats on 30 years. That's amazing for any organization, especially when you're doing the work that you're doing. With that, how does the organization engage a healthy interest in the civic affairs of the community?
So we partake in charitable events throughout the year. So for example, today is Giving Tuesday, but we also host an annual scholarship drive typically in the summer months. It's called Rose on the Green, and that's really our big annual fundraiser that allows us to raise funds to support our scholarships to upcoming students, upcoming high school seniors in the community. We also have, smaller charitable events, but Rose on the Green is our biggest endeavor that allows us to generate funds to fund as well as sustain our scholarships.
Now, I'd love to learn a little bit more about AKA Teen Rites of Passage. I love the entire college feel that it has. Can you tell us a little bit more about that program?
Absolutely. So we actually refer to it as the Teen Rites of Passage. It's like a subset of our sorority chapter, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, but it's focused on teens. So in this program, it's a one-year intensive program. It's a mentoring program where we engage young ladies, high school age, no cost to them, in life skills. So for example, we teach financial literacy, we teach etiquette, we have workshops on the history of our people and just those life skills that young ladies need that are possibly absent either in the home or just in the community. It's a year-long program. It's purely voluntary. Mentors, which are members of the chapter, volunteer their time once a week from September to January, and then starting in January, we meet with the young ladies twice a week through June. And we culminate the program with we don't do cotillions per se, so we culminate with the rites of passage, similar to what you would find in our African native countries, just to say that they have arrived, they've learned their lessons and their life skills, and we present them to the community.
That's amazing, and it's amazing to see that there's an effort to kind of help young women and girls, in areas like the Bronx. I think that's an awesome, initiative. So I want to definitely highlight that. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about the toy drive, which supports, our younger New Yorkers. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So this is the season of giving, and we love the holidays. So annually we host the toy drive, and it's actually named after a former president of our organization who just had a fond affinity of the children as an educator and giving back to the community, called the Helen Tomlinson Annual Toy Drive. Annually, we decide to focus on a different initiative within the Bronx, and this year we'll be supporting Children of Promise, which is an organization that is focused on helping children and families that are affected by mass incarceration. No child should be left behind. We try to get rid of the stigma of families and children who have loved ones in incarcerated situations, and that's where we're focusing our efforts today.
Now, before donating a toy, is there anything our viewers should know about what it's acceptable to bring?
Pretty much we accept most toys. We just do not promote violence, so we are very specific in no guns. We ask for unwrapped toys just to ensure the safety of the toy, the age appropriateness of the toy. This year we're focusing on children from the ages of 6 to 13.
Now, can you tell us about any other holiday efforts your organization does?
Well, as we're winding down for 2024, the toy drive is actually going to be one of our last efforts. But for Thanksgiving, we partnered with Project Bravo, a part of the Montefiore Food Pantry, and we gave out food to residents of the Bronx again. All year round, we have a variety of initiatives where we're partnering. So we're winding down. And the toy drive will actually be the last for 2024, but we pick right back up in 2025 with our MLK Day of Service.
That's amazing. Well, I think ending off anything with toys always sounds like a fun way to kind of end off the year. I'm curious to know, how does it feel to kind of be a part of an initiative like this, and what has it been like, for the past couple of years that you've been doing it?
So I always focus on it's just much bigger than myself. It's much bigger than the members in the chapter. We are a chapter of over 110 members. And just to see the smiles on the face of the children, of the community people that we help, it's just a surreal feeling because, you could be one step away from a meal or a toy or anything for that matter. So just to see the gratification on the faces of the people that we encounter is just a heartwarming feeling.
Now, whether we're giving toys to, our youngest of, Bronxites or, helping our older ones with college, why is it so important that we kind of take a moment to focus on our youth?
Because the youth is our future, and that might sound cliche, but we pour into what our future is, and it's important to us. Wheeler Wilson and Johnson and Alpha Kappa Alpha are both service organizations that focus on women with high scholastic aptitude and goals. So we just want to impart that to our youth and show them that, there are women of color out here who are doing a good work. And I hate to say, but I'm going to give a shameless plug. Our current vice president is also a member of our organization, and you can attain for anything. Anything is possible. So we like to show that in real time. And we're a Bronx chapter, so we focus on the Bronx, but we're open to all communities.
Now, what do you hope to see for the future, of the program?
We've been here for over 30 years. We're not going anywhere. Our organization as a whole is over 116 years. So I see us just going into infinity. So we're here to stay, and we're here to continue with the support of the community and donations and give back from our chapter members. We're not going anywhere.
That's amazing. Now, where can people go to connect with you and the organization?
So if you just log on and go to wheelerwilsonjohnson.org, click on the link. We're also on Instagram, we're on Facebook. Look at the programs that we offer, what we've done in the past, and how we continue to support the community. And, there's a donate button.
Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us. It seems like your organization is doing some really amazing work, and I love, again, the addition of kind of having that college presence there. I think it's really great for the kids to see that. So once again, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
If you would like to learn more about their efforts, please go to their website at wheelerwilsonjohnson.org. Don't go away. We'll be back with more Open right after this.